What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And as always, thank you for clicking on this video. Today we're going to talk about the Tender Bar. No spoilers, of course. And I also want to mention really quick that if you will be watching the Tender Bar and you want to put your trivia skills to the test, I will be having a virtual movie trivia right here on the channel. If you want to join, win some extra cash and have some fun doing it, then all you got to do is subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Follow me on Instagram, send me a DM or an email, and all that info will be in the description below. And you can go ahead and be featured on the channel while having some fun doing this movie trivia. It will be after the movie's release, of course, so that way everybody gets a chance to watch it. And not only that, but I will also have a movie trivia on other upcoming movies, such as Spider-Man No Way Home and The Matrix, and many more. All right, so let's get started on the review with the Tender Bar. So the Tender Bar is this coming-of-age story starring Sheridan and Ben Affleck. Sheridan plays the character of JR, and he's someone who grows up with his mom. They don't have nowhere to live, so they got to move in with his grandpa, and he has no dad. His dad is just a beat-out father who abandoned them, and he wants to become a writer. He's not good at anything else, so he says, okay, well, I like to read, so why not become a writer? And he starts to get this push, this motivation from his Uncle Charlie, played by Ben Affleck. And he tells him, okay, you're not good at anything, but if you love to read, then go ahead and write. To me, the film starts off real well. It really grounds the character of JR. You already start to sympathize with this kid because he has no dad. He has to live in a house that's not his because his mom can't afford to pay rent. They're broke. He doesn't know his dad, but all he knows is that his dad works for the radio, and he hears him. He turns the radio on and he hears his dad, and he just listens to him, just pretending sometimes to even talk to him. We get all these situations that allow us to sympathize with JR. There's no dad, no money, dysfunctional family. His mom wants him to pursue a certain career that's not really his, but he does it anyway. That being said, the execution of it doesn't go as well because he just grows up. The story has him growing up, just going with the flow, really. In reality, it feels as if there's no path that was leading him to be a writer, and there's no obstacles that keep him from reaching his goal, and there's nothing that really motivates him. For almost the majority of the story, it feels like he doesn't do anything to reach that goal. So I'm over here thinking like, dude, like, do you even want to be a writer? Like, how bad do you really want it? His character starts becoming, in a way, really stupid because all he cares about is for a girl that's just playing him, that's just not wanting anything serious. And it's clearly not serious. It's just like a booty call, but he just tends to keep going back with her. I honestly thought the best part of this movie was going to be Ben Affleck's relationship with his nephew, with JR, but it didn't really feel like there was a lot of chemistry, especially because it starts off with him, with the younger actor, the kid that plays his younger self, which he really doesn't say much. But then I started to see that maybe this kid has potential when there was this one scene, I won't spoil it for you, but there was this one scene where JR, when he's older, he's having a dream, and his younger self comes up and telling him, he even starts cussing at him, telling him, hey, like, wake up, like, I thought you wanted to be a writer, like, get up off your butt and do something. It's almost as if he was doing an impersonation of his Uncle Charlie's character, but in his younger self's body. And as you're watching, you start to realize there really isn't anything that is keeping him from his dream. The only thing that's keeping him from reaching his goal is really himself, because he's just focusing on all these things, and it just makes him look really dumb. And you could say that in a coming-of-age story, it would make sense because you are maturing, you're still making stupid mistakes, but nothing of what was going on was making me root for this guy. And all of that happened just so in the end, he can be like, yeah, well, I made it, I'm a writer now. So in the end, I thought the film was setting it up real well with good characters that could have had good chemistry. Every now and then it had some humor in it to balance things out, but it wasn't overdone. I mean, there is a fart joke in this scene with Christopher Lloyd, who plays like a grumpy version of Dr. Emmett. And due to the lack of execution, there were a few scenes that could have had more of an emotional impact if they were executed well. And, you know, I really don't blame George Clooney on this. I just think it's a lack of writing issues, execution, or maybe just this story it's based on a novel, which I didn't read, but maybe it's just not interesting enough to even make a movie out of it. So in the end, I will say that the Tender Bar is going to be a bootleg. All right, so the Tender Bar, if you've seen it or if you're going to see it, whether in theaters or on Amazon Prime Video, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Follow me on Instagram and keep watching movies.